courageous individuals have made the choice to work, the choice to sacrifice, put themselves on the line, represent you, this high school. This is your team.
Hoosiers. They needed a second chance to finish first.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the championship game.
You're not the new coach.
Are you expecting somebody different?
Younger.
Most incredible and improbable confrontation.
Well, those of you who don't know, my name is Norman Dale. I coached college ball for 10 years, but it's been 12 years since I've blown this.
In the illustrious history of the Indiana High School basketball tournament.
That's a hell of a team you had there.
You knew that team?
I know everything there is to know about the greatest game ever invented.
With a pint size hardly big enough for 3 syllables, Hickory Huskers, enrollment 64.
Out of here, right now.
You kicking me out?
Yes, don't come back until you learn to keep your mouth shut and listen.
Take on the defending state champions, the Mighty Bears of South Bend Central.
Run you off the boards. You got to squeeze them back in the paint. Make them chuck it from the cheap seats.
Already calling this the game of the century.
I've seen them, the real sad ones. They sit around the rest of their lives talking about the glory days.
News people from all over the Midwest are here to witness Hoosierland's version of the Cinderella story.
It's got to work out this time. That's it for good.
The starting lineup for the Huskers.
Well, my boys only know basketball, farming, and school.
A basketball hero around here is treated like a god.
You know, most people would kill to be treated like a god just for a few moments.
Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Let's win this and for all the small schools who never had a chance to get here.
I love you guys.
Team!
Gene Hackman, Barbara Hershey, Dennis Hopper. Hoosiers. They needed a second chance to finish first.
With all the talk of Gene Hackman's death in the news, I wanted to highlight one of my favorite movies of all time, and why this guy has been my favorite actor for many years. The movie Hoosiers in 1986 was an outstanding movie. It's by far my favorite of his. Enemy of the State ranks probably number 2. I think Crimson Tide might have been another one. That was number 3. But in the movie Hoosiers, you have Gene Hackman as Coach Norman Dale of a small Indiana school going to win the state championship. This was in the days before class basketball was a thing. Now you've got 1A to 5A in Indiana, and to me, the 1A state title, it just pales in comparison to what the 5A state title is. So back before that was ever a thing, you had the tiny school of Milan High, the Milan Indians, and they beat the Muncie Central Bearcats at Butler Fieldhouse on March 20th of 1954. The movie will show a picture saying 1952, but that's not accurate. It happened in March 20th of 54, and they employed what was called a stall tactic. Now, I was a coach for Delta High School and Delta Middle School primarily, and I got the privilege of sitting on the bench for the high school games under a Christian coach by the name of Paul Keller, who I have a ton of respect for. And he doesn't coach anymore. It's been several years since he retired, but I was so fortunate I got that privilege of helping observe the games that he coached and stuff. And I've been in Muncie Central's field house. It's big. I mean, it looks like a professional arena, and the court sizes, they're all the same, as you know, the dimensions of the floor, but what determines a court venue size is how many bleachers there are, how many people it can hold in the stands. Well, back in the 50s, you guys know that Friday nights was a different thing altogether when it came to high school basketball. I mean, these small towns, it was everything, and there would be standing room only, sometimes not even that. And back then, they employed the stall tactic, where 24-year-old coach Marvin Wood had Bobby Plump hold the ball for over 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes, and they beat Muncie Central by a score of 2 points, 32-30, as a result of that, in a very low-scoring game. So I just wanted to kind of tell you what actually happened, when it happened, and how it happened, and now it can't happen anymore like that because there's a rule in place from my memory. If you were to do the stall tactic, the referees will kind of go like this and count the seconds. And I think you can only do that for 4 or 5 seconds. So you can't do it like you could back then. But anyway, I just wanted to highlight that and enjoy this next clip from Gene Hackman as we all try to figure out what really happened in the investigation of his death and his wife and dog.
40 to 38, 33 seconds to go. Sensational comeback. Boyle having trouble with the inbounds pass. Hinkley is scoring 6 consecutive points. In all fashion, Indiana High School fire burner at Brundle Fieldhouse. Get the ball! Get the ball! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Listen up, listen up. Here's what we're going to do. Jimmy, they're going to be expecting you to take the last shot. We're going to use you as a decoy. Buddy, you get the ball, give it to Merle on the picket fence. He's going to take the last shot. All right, let's go. What's the matter with you guys? What's the matter with you?
I'll make it.
All right. Buddy, get the ball to Jimmy, top the key. Buster, you spread the floor. Let's go. Team. Indianapolis, they may be seeing basketball history here tonight. A sensational comeback by Henry. The score is tied at 40. There are 19 fateful seconds remaining in the game. It'll be inbounded by Henry in the backcourt along the sideline. Passed in by Ray Butcher, who was responsible for the interception. It goes into Buddy Walker. Walker on the attack, still in the backcourt. Jimmy, why don't you meet someone? It's over there on your coach.
I've seen you guys can shoot, but there's more to the game than shooting. There's fundamentals and defense. The boys and I are getting to know each other. See who we are and what we can be. Let's be real clear about what we're after here, all right? It's team, team, team. 5 players on the floor functioning as one single unit. Okay? No one more important than the other.
I love you guys.